Brian Swartzentruber from Evansville, Indiana. I played in quite a few places. First place started out was playing in Hawaii, then Puerto Rico, and then we traveled across the Midwest, some of Canada, so like Ohio, of course, then Chicago. There was a tryout camp that was close to my house in French Lick, Indiana. I met Coach Mayden, French Lick, Indiana. Coach had a tryout camp there, and then made the cut and started playing for Coach Mayden after that. It was a really good experience. I got to travel around. Like I said, the first place we went to was Hawaii, and then it kind of led to a life experience after that. Got to move out there for a while after college. Led to quite a few opportunities. The team was awesome. Got to meet a good group of guys, and they weren't from just people that I grew up with or knew. They were from all over the country, from California to Chicago to New York, and just got to meet a whole different group of guys. It was pretty diverse, all different ethnic backgrounds. We had quite a few Hispanic players, white players, black players, and then just all from different demographics too, different levels of life and different experiences. Coach Mayden is a pretty good guy, keeps it fun, makes everything interesting. The best part about it is, Coach is always somebody that, not just on the field, but off the field, has always been somebody that you could reach out to, talk to, pretty much any time that you wanted to. I was, how old was I? 16, 17 years old, I think. That was a long time ago when I started playing for Coach Mayden. I'm 38 now. It is a while, yeah. A lot has changed since then. I think that's a long time to be, dedicated to one field and dedicated to a passion, because I don't think it's just about, coaching baseball for, Coach Mayden. He enjoys it. He enjoys, not just the baseball aspect of it, but getting to, interact with, kids, the youth, community, and everything else. And I think that's what's probably driven Coach Mayden to be in it for 4 years. It was a pretty good experience. I think the first time I ever made it to Chicago, it was different because I came from a small, rural community. Traveled a little bit, but never been to a city like Chicago. And I still remember having to drive down to the airport on a, 15-passenger van, dropping off people, making a loop, relapping, and never being in that type of traffic or, used to the area. It was a fun experience. My wife wanted to go on a family vacation, and, I hadn't seen Coach Mayden in a while, and, if you're in the area, you have to at least call and reach out and hang out and reconnect and catch up on stories, and it was fun. No, I enjoyed the whole experience. It wasn't just about baseball. The whole experience was just about getting to meet a whole group of people and staying connected. It's been, 20 years for me since, I played for you and been around, and, it's probably been 6 years or so since we've talked last, but, throughout the years we've always stayed in contact, a phone call here, a phone call there, coming up and visiting, but, made a friend through the league, and for me, it just led to a lot of opportunities. Like I said, I got, without this, baseball connection, I would have never, thought about moving out to Hawaii. Never would have experienced it. Never would have went out there at that age. If it wouldn't have been for this baseball program, and that's what actually led to me, meeting my wife, starting my family, and it all kind of started from there. And it's been amazing. What's up, buddy?